Yeah. Yeah. Coach T and Damon V talking about game. Better watch your weight, better stay in your lane. Talking about flexing, we're talking about strength. Talking about fighting when they get intense. Talking about life and they don't pretend. Coming up with plans and trying to win. Coach T and Damon V, straight from the boot. Better tune in, better come get the scoop. Ooh-wee.
All right, guys, what is up? Welcome to the Coach T and Charlie Peanut Butter Factory podcast today. Just today. Coach D's out. He's on his honeymoon. We got married last Friday, so congratulations to him. I'm sure we'll dive into that, in a couple weeks when Coach Damon V's back in town. But we do have a special guest in the house today, Mr. Charlie Mayeux, right?
Yes.
Charlie Mayeux in the house. Yeah, absolutely. So Charlie is our first sponsor. I didn't get to that on the last podcast, but we did have his sticker up there. Charlie does a lot of great things for us at Head Kicks. We'll get into all that and his background and why he got involved with the business of selling peanut butter, all that type of stuff. But Charlie, I would like to know your background because me and you don't really know too much about each other. We know each other from the gym, but I would like to hear your background, kind of where you grew up, where you were raised, and stuff like that, or anything like that.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll try to keep it. I'll give it like the summary version.
Yeah, for sure. It
is kind of long. Like I was born in Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
So I lived there a couple years, but then moved around a lot. Like kind of throughout my life, I lived in South Carolina until I was, I think, 4.
Okay.
Came to Louisiana when I was 5. Lived in Cottonport, a little small town.
That's in Louisiana?
Cottonport. It's about an hour.
Never heard of it.
Minutes north.
Okay.
But, lived in Cottonport for 10 years. Kind of moved around schools there. And then when I was in high school, moved to Crowley. Went to Notre Dame High School.
Nice.
And then
they just won a state championship, huh?
Sure did.
Football.
Yeah, football. Yeah.
Sweet.
They did, I think a couple days ago.
Yep.
So I went there for high school, and came to UL. But as far as, me personally, like hobbies, kind of sports has been just sports my entire life.
Really?
That's really all I was about, just baseball, baseball, football, basketball, tennis actually was another big sport that I played. But anything active I was doing. My mom had me on swim teams growing up.
Nice.
You name it, I was doing it. So that was been pretty much my focus, just staying active.
Right.
And then once I got to high school, really started working out more, trying to get, bigger, stronger for sports. Started to learn about nutrition, and I'd say that's when it, just kind of diving into nutrition really started.
Right.
I worked at a nutrition shop in Crowley called Impact Nutrition.
Okay.
So I kind of, started to get familiar with different products and, just more in the health nutrition field. Once I started college, it was in athletic training.
Okay.
So
is that what you graduated in?
Yeah. So
nice.
That's what I graduated in. And I worked at Planet Nutrition in Lafayette. And so just kind of continued the whole, just like working out, nutrition, everything in that kind of category.
Right.
Has always been my focus.
To go back, though, why'd y'all move from Dallas? Like, your family's not in the military or anything like that?
My dad worked in a hotel.
Okay. So that's what made y'all
so he
kind of bounce around?
Hotels and Paragon casinos.
Okay.
Marshville.
Sweet.
So that's where he kind of landed and worked there for a while.
Cool deal. So, when did you go to high school? What years? I don't know how old you are.
So I'm 24.
Okay.
I went to high school, so 2009 to 2012.
Okay, sweet. I graduated in 2010. I know we played Notre Dame in baseball a couple of times. Did you play baseball?
Yeah, I did. I moved there. Actually, I started at Bunkie High School.
Okay, yeah, I know Bunkie. Yeah.
But I went to Notre Dame when I was a sophomore. So if you graduated in
10, you were a sophomore that year, right?
Yeah, so I was on the team, actually, yeah. We won state that year. That was 3A.
I went to Westgate.
Were y'all 3A? Y'all were
5A.
Yeah. So,
but I think we played y'all in a tournament at Faubacher. I don't know. But y'all won state that year? Your sophomore year? So you got a ring?
Yeah.
Dang.
Actually, I lost it, too. I have no idea where it is.
You lost it?
I swear.
Dude.
So many moves. Because we moved from Crowley to Lafayette, and then, our house flooded and
Oh.
all that. So we, moved to my grandma's house for a while. Anyway, between all that, I
lost the ring.
I don't know where it is.
Is that your only one? You only won one state championship?
Yeah. Yeah.
You So what'd you play at Notre Dame? All sports or
Once I got to Notre Dame, I played basketball, baseball, and tennis.
tennis? Nice. You have a good tennis team?
We actually did. Me and my cousin played doubles together. I had a different doubles partner the first, I think, 2 years I went there, and we lost, I think, in the state semifinals.
Dang.
Every single year.
Really?
I played a different doubles partner. My senior year, we lost in the state semifinals again.
What you play in baseball?
Baseball, I was pitcher.
About to say you look like a pitcher.
Pitcher and DH. Yeah.
DH, nice.
Yeah, so I was living the life.
The DH and pitcher
Yeah.
life. Yeah, so in high school, even in high school, like sometimes pitchers would play every position, right? But they had a couple guys on my team too that would just pitch that one time and then just chill,
Yeah.
the rest of the way. So you're a lefty, righty? What you got? Righty, okay.
Everything right-handed.
Cool deal, man. So like that was your education. You went to UL right off the bat. You didn't consider any other colleges or anything like that. So
No,
How was
it was
that?
definitely,
were you a UL fan? Like,
no,
because I'm not.
really.
I'm not. I went to UL, but I'm an LSU fan. Everybody knows it, and I'm proud to say it. So I was curious.
No, like to be honest, like neither one didn't really, have like a preference. I like both of them, and to this day I still will watch UL sports, LSU sports,
Yeah.
like them both. But no, it's so weird, especially because getting to the topic of today of like Charlie and the peanut butter factory and this business I've started and is now like my full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what the word entrepreneur meant.
Right.
When I was growing up, I thought you just like went to college. Like my parents, that's just how they raised me. Like
Right.
college was just you're gonna go. And
Right.
that was like the closest big college. So it was just like that's just how I thought it worked. You go to high school, you graduate high school, you go to college, you graduate college, get
That's
a job.
how we're all
Like,
wired, I
that's
think.
it,
Or they try to
you know?
wire us like that, yeah.
Right, and it's just so crazy because that thought, like I can't tell you how I just thought that's how it was.
Right.
So once I started this, and it just kind of like started snowballing. Like all these little light bulbs just started going off in my head. It was just the wildest realization because never had this crossed my
Right,
mind.
because right when you get out of college, okay, I graduated, now what? And
Right.
I feel like that's why the things start, going off, because like, what am I do? I got to do something,
Yeah.
because out of college, I actually worked for Aflac. I was selling insurance, man. Like, I was taking insurance classes my last semester because I thought that's what I was going to do. I had a buddy, his whole family was involved with that. Did that for a little while, man. Worked with my dad at an airport being a mechanic. Like, I knew I wanted to get involved with sports somehow or, training, but I feel like you just bounce around and you find your way, to your passion.
Definitely.
And that's probably what, what happened to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? You start going into, business and how you got into it and everything like that.
Yeah, so actually, I guess I will touch on one other point that's just kind of crazy about the whole starting point.
Mhm, yeah, for sure.
I graduated college in athletic training from UL, but I had planned I was going to PT school, so I was taking all the classes in college and applying to schools, and I got accepted into a school in Austin, Texas. So that was my plan, was to to go become a physical therapist.
Right.
And it was once I graduated, I had the summer off, and I would move at the end of the summer.
Right.
So I was working a physical therapy assistant job or tech job over the summer, and that's when I was making these. I was making these in college for myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how.
So you started this in college?
Yeah, I started this in college, but it wasn't a business. It was
It's
just
for you?
It was just snacks. Like they were in the same little package, but there was no label or nothing. Like I wasn't telling anybody about
What?
it. They were just in my book sack. Like I just ate these all the time because I was eating peanut butter out the jar. Like in class, I would pull out a jar
Right.
of peanut butter, and then one day
I feel like we all do that, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just had the idea to take it a step further.
Yeah, and that was the craziest thing. So it was over the summer, I'm still eating these little things, and I have like a chocolate one and a vanilla one. And one of my buddies, a physical therapist, who I was working a lot with, he was like, what are these little things you're eating all the time? And he was real, like, we actually used to work out together. So he's like, what are you eating all the time? I was like, oh, it's just like maybe peanut butter. They got superfoods inside and like some extra protein. He's like, oh, dude, he tried some and he liked them. He's like, can you make me some? I was like, I'll pay
Yeah.
for them. I was like, whoa. I was like, what? I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, like those are really good. Like I
That's
just
awesome.
kind of want some for myself, And I was like, okay. And so it was a pretty big physical therapy clinic. So all the other PTs and PTAs started catching wind and were like, wait, what? Let me try some of those. And they're like, wow, these are good. Like, can you make me some too? And all of a sudden, I was making, boxes for like all the PTs in the office.
Wow.
And then they started telling like, you should go to the farmer's market. And I didn't even know what the farmer's market was or anything like this. And So I had the summer off before I went to PT school. I was just bored, I think. And so I was like, a full-time student, and with a full-time job is like all I was just so busy. Once I hit the summer, it was like,
right. What to do now?
Yeah.
What now?
Yeah, I just had all this free time. So I was like, you know what the hell? Like, sure, I'll do it. So
when was the Austin thing supposed to start though?
August 31st.
Oh, so you had that summer right before that.
Yeah, so I
You had
graduated
some
in May.
downtime, right.
Yeah, and I just had the whole summer. And I even had my like deposit down on my apartment.
Right.
In Austin. Yeah, I was ready
Well,
to
yeah,
go.
for sure. That's what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, I've been talking to my advisor and stuff. We'll get to that later. But oh man, she was very confused when I had to break the news to her
Really?
on not going. But so yeah, the summer, I started literally just Google and YouTube, like how to start a business.
Really?
Like what's step one?
Just straight up how to start a business.
Like I knew zero about business and everything. So I did have some help from a friend who she is actually the owners of Planet Nutrition.
Okay.
So they actually founded it years ago.
Right.
But that's who I'd worked under. She was like my boss at the store I worked at. So
when did you work at Planet?
I worked, I was a sophomore.
You were in college? Okay.
Yeah, probably for like 3 years. Once I started the athletic training program, we had to work full time as students. So
you were with them for a while.
So yeah. So I got to know them real well. And so I immediately, I called her, and it's her and her husband, were two of the founders. And so, just was like, hey, can I come to y'all's house and like talk to y'all? Like I need some advice. And she was so open to it. She actually even so she helped me do the LLC and do everything, file the paperwork with the secretary.
Because they have their own products too.
Yep.
So they know how to do kind of all
so
that.
She was familiar with it. So she was a huge help. She even actually paid, to get like my license down, or like paid the annual fee for me just to help out.
What's their names? Give them a shout out.
Oh, so Chad and Lisa Seymour.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Actually, business partners with Chad now too.
Okay.
With a few other things. So
sweet.
So yeah, definitely big, influential, helpful people. But yeah, that got me started at the farmers market. I was that's it. Every Saturday I'd go and just. I got like a little sign and stuff. I mean, if you could have seen
crazy.
how like just homemade everything was at first.
And people love that too.
Yeah.
The local,
and
stuff like that.
Sold a few, and then light bulbs just kind of started clicking. Like, wait a second. I think
Right.
I went home one day. I'd made a good bit of money in this, little 4-hour window. I sold a ton of stuff, and it was just like
Your mind's like,
I'm just holding like a little stack of cash, and I'm just like, what? Like, whoa, hold on.
Right.
I can like make money doing this. Like, it sounds so simple. But it's just, it's just something that had never crossed my mind. It was just so foreign to me that you can like something like this,
some peanut butter.
Yeah.
That you just did it, because you enjoyed it and make a business out of it.
This could turn into something.
That's pretty cool. So what happened with the advisor and coming up that August? I mean, how'd you go about doing that?
Yeah. So I have to say, like, if now looking back, I think pretty much immediately I knew when that like hit me like, wow, this is awesome. And then it like hit me of like, oh God, school's coming up.
Right.
Like there's no way, both can happen. I think immediately I knew that I was going to go with this, but
Really?
I was like super scared and like almost tried to make myself not do it.
Really?
Like I tried to convince myself like,
Right.
Because I mean, that's a physical therapist. It's a stable, good, like, respectable job.
It's a career. Like,
right. It's just everything, you tell someone that everyone that I told like, oh, I got accepted. Everyone's so happy. They're just proud of you. Oh, great. Your life is starting. And then this,
Make peanut butter.
I make peanut butter.
It just-
and sell it at the farmer's market. Like, I might want to do that instead. You can about imagine the response
For sure.
from people that, I think everybody raised at least one eyebrow.
How'd your parents take it?
My parents.
They support you no matter what.
They have just
that's
like,
awesome.
They were confused, which
Well,
I don't blame them for.
Yeah.
They were just like
That makes sense.
kind of like, are you sure? But they trust me, I guess, in my judgment. And yeah, it took them no time at all to be like, dude, like, okay, like, they were just like, kind of like,
Let's
I don't
get it.
but like, you must see something,
Right.
like, if you're wanting to do something like this. So,
Well, that's awesome.
My grandma, I have to say, I remember her response. I'll never forget. She probably feels so bad for me saying this, but it's just funny too. But what'd she say? She said, "Oh, Charlie, no." Like, that was it. That was
Like
her
right when
response.
you told her, she's like,
Yeah.
oh God, just graduated college.
Yeah,
PT.
she's just discouraged to no end.
Right.
So I always like to think back to that, just because little things like that. I know she didn't mean it,
Right, but it stuck with you.
Yeah,
it stuck with you.
Know, just I'm proud now that I can talk to her, and she sees it, and that it's successful, and it makes sense to her. So
for sure.
So yeah, it definitely motivated me.
So you got out of. So what about the advisor? What happened to the advisor?
So I'm talking with my advisor just continuously to get everything ready for school.
Because she helped you. Did she help you get into the Austin and all that, or?
She did. Man, let's see. I think she was helping me with interview kind of stuff.
Right.
Getting ready for my interview, but then she did help me with where to get housing, and because we all have the same student housing and stuff. But yeah, so she, I'd been on the phone with her for several times. Everything's going good. She's real nice, real helpful. And then I hadn't made a decision yet, but this whole thing came up, and so when it came time to progress things with school and getting ready, I was just like, well, I'm not sure, if I'm gonna do it, if I want to start that yet. I just have some things to figure out in the next couple of weeks. And I started this business, and I can't the phone just was silent,
Oh
she's
my God.
just what?
Yeah.
She's like, so you're not coming to school, so you're gonna do this instead? I was like, yeah, just
did you tell her what it was?
Yeah, I told her the whole spiel of it, and I was like, it's I really see potential for this. I know it might seem crazy, and it's early, and I mean, she barely said anything. She just couldn't wrap it. She was just is this she thought it was a joke, right? I don't know what. She was like, this kid. So,
and again, I understand.
Yeah,
rightfully so.
I still I laughed at it.
It's just funny now.
I laugh at it now. People still do that to me.
Right.
People still walk.
How
up to
long
me.
ago was this?
This was
you're about to go to school
a year and a half ago.
Okay.
So that's when the business whole started.
So 16, summer of 16 or 17?
17.
Okay, summer of 17.
Yep.
I got you. Sweet. So it hasn't been long. And you're pretty successful.
Still new.
Things are going good.
I mean, not to say things are good enough. I'm still the only employee in the business. So I don't know. But it's a full-time job.
Right. I see those time lapse videos of you whipping the peanut butter up all by yourself. It looks like it takes some time for
Definitely.
sure.
That's a daily activity for sure. But yeah, actually last 2 nights I was there from about 9 p.m. to midnight. So
wow. Where do you go?
It's a facility. It's Good Eats Kitchen.
Okay, I know where that. Yeah.
They so they're in Lafayette, but that's their manufacturing facility where they their team comes in and cooks all their meals and whatnot. So I've just
you have to use it after hours after they're done. Okay.
They they had their schedule, so there's a couple days that I can go during the day that no one's kind of operating. But,
right.
The owners of that I just kind of became friends with.
See, that's a good connection.
Just
right
networking thing,
right.
is huge. But yeah, we became friends. We started a business at the same time. There's obviously on a much bigger scale, but they're just super nice and helpful. And he ended up, he had this building, leased out for a few years, and he found it that a couple days a week he wasn't using it, and he knew that I was using this other kitchen, and the rent was a little bit higher. He was like, what if I can open up my kitchen to you. You can come in the off days. Maybe that would help you. Just he's like, I'm not, not really asking for anything. He's just like, I just want to kind of help you. So, we got with the health department, got my permit kind of changed up, and so it was a much bigger facility for me too. So
what is a typical day in your life? Is there a typical day?
No.
Every day is different. Times are different all the time.
Yeah.
I mean.
So I guess.
How does that go?
Basically, usually I wake up, first thing to do is get on social media.
That plays a huge part.
Yep.
Especially in a business like yours, trying to get the word out, spread the word.
Yep, staying active. So I try to get an Instagram post up, maybe an Instagram story, Facebook post, something there. Reply to comments, messages.
That stuff takes time too. People don't think social media on your phone.
Right.
It's time consuming, dude. It's annoying, but it has to get done. We have to do it,
Definitely. No, it's that. That's one of the things that I know from the start. People told me, and I knew that social media is a big deal. Pay attention to it, don't neglect it. And the more as the business has grown, that's more and more my belief of social media. Just
absolutely spreading the word, getting the connections, and
creating more content, just staying engaged with your audience. That's the first part. Second would be usually if I have deliveries, so local deliveries,
and you deliver everything.
So I ship most of the stuff.
Okay. You used to go.
I still deliver. So I actually have 5 boxes in my truck right now.
All right,
I'm going
sweet.
to deliver around around Lafayette. So I get orders that are nationwide.
Okay.
So
really?
So yeah, there's those.
Sweet.
Yeah. Not
Nice.
delivering those.
Yeah, you're not driving that big old Ford around the world right here.
But so those I'll ship are really anywhere, that's outside of Lafayette,
Okay.
Youngsville area. Then I'll ship those.
Okay.
But still deliveries.
And then I know you go to different gyms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You go to Head Kicks. What are some other places you go?
Head Kicks is CrossFit gyms.
CrossFit. A bunch of them.
It's a big community. So when I first started, I was just on a rant of just hustling just to promote it, because
Right.
no one knew what this
Right.
was.
You have to.
It's kind of unique in itself as well.
Definitely.
So it's not like I can say, yeah, it's just a protein bar, because it's, everything's just different about it. It's not just peanut butter either.
Right.
So I had to explain it in person. And I mean, 5, 6, sometimes 7 days a week, I was finding a different place every day to go and set up my table, bring a bunch of stuff, hand out samples, and just talk to people. And that ranged from CrossFit gyms, places like Orange Theory Fitness, yoga gyms, Pilates gyms, all different CrossFit gyms. And that you don't realize how many gyms there are, until you start trying to knock
just
them
in
all
Lafayette,
out.
too.
Yeah. Anytime Fitness, like Snap Fitness, all these gyms that I was going to 5, 6 different ones a week for months, and just still I didn't go to all of them.
Right. How'd you come across Head Kicks? How'd that relationship get started?
That's a good story, actually. I'm glad you brought that up. So there's a CrossFit gym. I lived with my parents in the neighborhood right by Head Kicks. So
Okay.
This is called the Glade. I mean, it's literally I could
across
walk
the street or behind?
It's right behind CVS.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's right there.
Sweet.
There was a CrossFit gym also kind of on the back end of Head Kicks.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And it's
Yeah.
called Big Cat CrossFit. I used to pass it every day, before I started the business. So once I started, this was right when I started, I was like, I need to go drop off some stuff to that gym, and talk to the owner, see if I can come in and promote and, bring some product for his, all his members to try.
Right.
So I passed by it and no one's there. So I'll make the loop. I went around. I went all the way around Walgreens and kind of came back on
Right.
Johnson Street. And I look in this new shop and I was like, Head Kicks. I was like, I think that's a gym. I got this box of poppers in my hand. I was
know,
like,
yeah.
no. I was just like, I'm just gonna bring it. Whatever. I had this to give out. So I was like, I'm just gonna pull in and just walk in and just whatever. So I just walked in and Charity was working the front desk, and I just kind of told her hey,
Give it a spiel.
I was like, I just started a business and they make these protein snacks. You just gave her, I don't remember exactly what I said, but it was very brief. And I think I just asked if one day I could come in and do the same thing.
Right.
And she was like, yeah, that sounds awesome.
Right.
We'll be in touch. And a couple of days later, they got in touch with me. I was like, yeah, come on over. And
That was it, huh?
dude, yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
Now,
we love Charlie at Head Kicks, that's for sure.
I think y'all are probably the biggest supporting gym.
Really?
For sure. I go to some other gyms that I stay in contact with. I go once a month.
Right.
I think I have 4 other gyms I go once a month to.
Pretty consistent with.
Yeah. And
you come every week for.
Y'all come every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we look forward to it because it so happens every time Charlie comes, I'm just so happen to be out of my box, so I re-up, restock every time he comes. And you're going to be working the event tomorrow.
Yeah, Rumble Night.
Rumble Night. We got Rumble Night 7 going down and Rumble Night 1 for the kids. So you're sponsoring that. You give out the poppers to the winners, right?
Yeah.
Cool deal.
All first place, second place, I think. Or maybe it's... I think just first and second.
I don't know how it goes down, but I know somebody's getting some poppers.
Yeah.
I know that box is for me too. Let's backtrack. So where we're at? You were getting around at all the gyms.
Oh, yeah.
So what got you into doing peanut butter? Just because you enjoyed it? That's why I was curious about that. Why peanut butter? Why did he choose this? What led him to that? But it just.
Oh yeah. As a kid, my mom peanut butter. She would get annoyed that I would just a kid packing my lunch. She was like, it's the easiest thing for me to do.
Right.
But she's like, you're not getting tired of this? I can cook you. She's wanting to cook me meals and stuff. And I'm just kidding.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Not even peanut butter and jelly.
That's what I was about to ask.
Peanut butter sandwiches. Now I'm like, how did I, chew that? It just sounds so dry to me now. It's gotta have jelly or something. But that was just peanut butter sandwiches growing up. Never got old. And
that's awesome.
So I just, peanut butter.
I'm kind of the same way, but I have a problem with Nutella. because I know it's terrible, but I feel like this is the better option. It gives me my peanut butter fix, and it's way healthier than Nutella. But I do go back to Nutella sometimes. Don't you have a flavor?
M&M Nutella.
Yeah.
It's good
I
stuff.
love all those. So yeah, how about you go into the nutrition on the peanut butter poppers?
Definitely. Okay, so each one single serving. That's another thing too, which I did start doing some. I actually took them off my website, but I had jars. But they're all single serving poppers. So it's peanut butter, but there's no jars. It's all these poppers. There's 10 grams of protein in each one. There's 5 grams of net carbs. There's 3 grams of fiber. There's 2 to 4 grams of sugar, kind of depending on which one you grab.
Right, I was about to say, because you got Oreos and some of these, the candy edition ones, and sometimes people are like confused, like, how is this healthy, right?
Definitely. That's so okay. Yeah, started with power poppers.
Right,
power
that has
poppers,
all the, almonds and flaxseed oil and all that type of stuff.
Almonds, cashews, walnuts, peanuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds.
It's the good stuff.
Poppy seeds, sesame seeds. I mean,
wow.
I think that's everything, but I mean, just load it down. So it's a lot crunchier texture,
right?
A little more nutrient dense, and I have like 12 flavors of those. But and then I have like the smooth poppers that are like a creamier texture. Those have definitely become way more popular.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more flavors of those. But then so the ones with like an Oreo inside. Not really controversy, but like there's people that grab and they're like, wait a second, like
for sure,
there's an Oreo inside, like
because it's supposed to be the healthy, the healthy way to go. So
and that's definitely something I want to address. Is like I'm not trying to tell people that an Oreo is healthy, right? It's an Oreo thin, and it's mashed between protein and fiber, and like unsaturated fats. So basically you eat it, there's still only 5 grams of sugar, and 5 grams of net carbs, and like so in this,
and it'll satisfy your appetite instead of going eat Oreos and then you end up being like 6 or 8 of them, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely get where you're coming from on that. So you have you said the power poppers, the OGs, the originals. You have 12 flavors of those.
Yep.
How many smooth poppers you have?
Right now there's
25 smooth poppers, and those are by far, well, in my opinion, the best. Well, the candied ones are good too. Those are by far the best. I like the chocolate brownie. That's my favorite one right now. And then you have the candy edition, right?
Yeah, so those actually I lump in with the
the smooth.
The smooth.
Okay, I thought it was like separate.
Smooth. Yeah,
wasn't it separate at one time? No,
not. I had them all like smooth poppers, and I put like candy edition just to like let people know that hey, there's like 2 extra grams of sugar in these, if you're looking to really be strict.
Right.
But yeah, so they're all still like kind of smooth because the majority of the texture is like a creamy smooth.
Right, for sure, and that's what people prefer. I mean, I would think so, Let's talk about any challenges you've had along the way. I'm sure you've had a couple, right? Any business challenges you've had?
Yeah. Probably the biggest one, and this is something I still struggle with, or not necessarily struggle, but still an issue that comes up a lot is just, I guess, everything not going as well as you planned, or not everybody supporting it, not everybody understanding it. People telling you no all the time. So from the start, especially because it was something so new, like I had no credibility.
Right.
It's just something new and different, and it's just some kid making it. Wait, what? Like, you make these? Like, and
I get it.
And it's not like anything else. Like, no one really had a reason to be like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Like, of course we'll sell that in our store. Like, yeah, of course I'll buy.
It's a totally brand new idea that.
Everyone just raised their eyebrow and was like, wait, what?
Right.
Or at the farmer's market, people coming through and like, wait, what is this? And, like, you made it, like, it's just, that was the hardest part, is that people
getting over that hump.
Just like pounding it, just keep, even on days when everyone walked by and was like, what the heck is this? Like, that's weird, or just like being very confused and just, not into it at all, and leaving, like not having sales in a day, or less, something like that. You go to events and like not many people are even talking to you.
Start questioning yourself,
like, man, like nobody.
Did I make the right decision? Should I went to Austin? Should I have gone to Austin?
But to be honest, like that never really kind of came up.
Right.
I was so just like,
you were in it.
Yeah, that's just how I am. It just hell bent was like, no, like the show goes on. Like,
that's probably where you are. If you'd have second guessed it, you wouldn't be right here. You know what I'm saying?
Like tomorrow's gonna be better. And sure enough, it was. So.
And that's the successful
and so I
mindset.
still have the bad days, you know,
for
where I'm
sure.
just like, damn, and you know, but tomorrow's gonna be better, and
And it's only a year and a half in the business, and
so
I
still
mean, you're making
very-
improvements every day. I'm sure,
Yeah.
making better relationships, and just
definitely.
keep on keeping on. That's awesome. Anything else you want to get into as far as like the poppers itself? Anything you want to tell the people before we get into a couple other things?
I guess no. Really, the only thing too is if anyone's still like confused or wondering, kind of what exactly they are. They're just so the poppers means because they come in like the single serving containers,
Right.
and you can just pop the whole snack out. So the whole snack just kind of pops out, and you can eat it like a little piece of fudge or something. You can take it straight out the freezer. Kind of that's how they're kept. And you can eat it right out the freezer because it's such a dense snack. You know, they don't really freeze. But they're made for just, you know, when you're craving something sweet, it's a good, like, satisfying snack that keeps you full longer. It keeps your blood sugar steady. It actually tastes good, so it gets rid of your sweet
Tastes
cravings.
amazing.
Yeah,
Tastes amazing.
That's so important because,
For
you know,
sure.
when you're craving something sweet and you go grab a protein bar or something that's healthy, you know, and, like, and it doesn't really get rid of that craving, you know,
Right.
either you're going to eat more, you know, too much of that, or you're going to eat that and you're going to go.
And a lot of those
you know, so-
are really bad for you, actually, with
Yeah,
the
a lot-
sugar and stuff like that. The
really-
bars, I'm saying.
Yeah, protein bars.
And they don't even taste that great. Like some of them don't even taste that great, you know. And this gets it all done.
Yep.
The taste, the value, nutrition wise, and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Definitely. So if sweets, you know, are like a problem in your life, or if you find yourself always, you know, craving sweets late at night, you know, this is something that's definitely worth a try. Or if you just love peanut butter, you know, if you just looking for a convenient snack during the day, then this is something to definitely, you know, give a shot to.
For sure. I recommend it to all my clients, you know, if they're struggling, they're at work and they can't eat anything and they struggle with getting those calories in, the good calories. I tell them, you know, get, you know, a peanut butter popper or something like that. So it's definitely good for anybody working in the office, can't get a meal in for lunch or something like that. You can use it as a meal replacement. And it's only 170 calories, but it's, you know, better than going to fast food or not eating at all, right? It's something in your stomach. Let's talk about the future, man. You have future goals, future growth. What's kind of on your mind?
Okay, so
Let's talk big scale right here.
well, you know, peanut butter, as far as that goes, I'm still, you know, learning every day.
Oh yeah,
You know,
and that's
when
never gonna stop.
No, it
You know?
doesn't. Like when
just
I
like
say,
our profession.
I look back at the day I started and how little I knew, you know, and how much more I know now. But
Right.
like I know deep down that I still know
Yeah,
nothing.
exactly.
You know, so I can't wait, you know, to keep learning and keep growing. I want to look back in 2 years from now, you know, look back to this podcast and be like, wow, like,
Exactly.
that kid knew nothing.
Exactly.
You know, that's my goal. I don't really know exactly where that's gonna lead as far as, you know, poppers. You know, if you know more stores carry it. You know, if I want to scale to like a you know, Rouse's, Whole
Right,
Foods,
that's what
like
I
that
was
type of
thinking.
thing.
Yeah, getting in some stores or something
Yeah.
like that.
So it's something like that. You know, I'm always thinking about it, or just growing, you know, online more. You know, through my e-commerce store. You know, if I really want to push like nationwide shipping, you know, maybe
Right.
look to get a facility and kind of be a base here in Lafayette. But that's all. You know, I don't really have specific dreams there. I just know, you know, it's more of a day-to-day, just everyday grind, and you know,
sure.
learn more each day. But the more exciting thing that I'm starting soon is so ice cream. You know,
ice cream, yes. You've been
So-
kind of flirting with that.
Yeah.
You've done it before.
Uh-huh.
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so I started making some ice cream. I had like a little machine that sits on the counter and just spins it.
Right.
It takes about an hour to make like 5 pints.
Wow.
So was not very efficient
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
Not ready to scale. But the ice cream's coming out good, getting like great feedback from
Okay.
people. So
So it's gonna be a little bit different than what you did before, or
it's just not gonna have peanut butter in it.
okay. So it's like legit ice cream.
Yeah, so it should be ice cream, but it's still like, you know, so we're gonna compare it to like Halo Top. It's
Okay,
the
yeah.
same calories per serving. It's got more protein. It's gonna have 8 grams of protein per serving.
Nice.
90 calories. It's only gonna have 3 grams of sugar.
Okay.
Per serving versus Halo Top is like 7. And you know, there's no sugar alcohols. I think that's another
Right.
thing that Halo Top uses, a lot of sugar alcohols.
People, yeah, they try to hide the sugar, you
Yeah.
know, with the sugar alcohols.
So that's something too that not using that. And I mean, to be honest, Halo Top I think tastes pretty good for what it is.
I don't think I've ever had it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but
when I get ice cream, I just go all in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
So, but everyone that's tried it so far says it tastes a lot better than Halo
Sweet.
Top, you know. So, anyway, I just got another LLC started for that.
Sweet.
And we got a machine in. We got it all.
You doing
hooked
like a
up.
different name for it, or
Yeah,
different branding?
Yeah, it's actually, so this will be, I guess, where I'll officially.
Is this breaking
introduce
news?
you. Yeah,
this is breaking
this
news.
Is the first time.
It's breaking
yeah.
news, guys. Pay
This is
attention.
huge. No, so it's gonna be Charlie and the Ice Cream Factory.
Oh, how clever!
Yeah,
Charlie
so
and the
we're-
Ice
we're-
Cream
we're
Factory.
sticking with the same, same idea, same name, but we're gonna swap out peanut butter.
That's another
Charlie
thing.
and the Ice Cream.
How'd you come up with that? That's a pretty cool.
That's a
cool
so,
deal. The
yeah.
logo too. I like the logo. Everything's cool, man.
The logo I came up with on my own, but the name actually came from my cousin. She worked at the physical therapy clinic I was at, and so all the techs, we were always talking, just like there's a lot of us, and so as this kind of started, we just started like brainstorming ideas, like what are we gonna call it? And I mean, I think this was day one of us like sitting around.
Give me some of the idea. Can you remember?
Okay, yeah. We had one. Is cryo cravings?
Cryo cravings.
So like, yeah, because I think that was like I liked it a lot, but I think like only we knew what cryo meant,
right. That could get confusing.
Yeah.
That could get
because like cold, like,
right.
But that was one I remember for sure. But yeah, she said it as I think a little bit of a joke. Like I don't think she thought I would love it.
Right.
She was like, "You should do Charlie and the Peanut Butter Factory."
Right.
And I was like, "Yes." I was like immediately. I was
just
like,
knew already?
I was like, "Yes." I was like, "Are you?" I was like, "I don't know if you're serious or not." I was like, "I love it." I was like, "I'm doing that."
It's
I was like,
marketing,
"That's it."
bro. Marketing.
I was like, that is the name, like 100%. So yeah, that was it. There wasn't a whole lot of debate on it or anything.
Right.
It didn't
You just
take a long
knew.
time. She said it right away. Her name's Tommy Anzalone, by the way. Tommy, if you ever hear this, thank you so much.
Is she
I'll always
getting
give her
like
credit.
2% of the business or something?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
she gave you the name, bro.
She gave free
like-
poppers for life. But so yeah, that's how the name came up. And ice cream, we'll stick to the same thing. I think it just makes sense because I'm Charlie, and
Absolutely.
I make everything.
Right.
so,
It's your factory.
Yeah.
And now you doing ice cream. It's ice cream factory. Any other things, like I know you made jars, right? Are you getting away
Yeah.
from that, or
So I kind of did like a little test run of them. Sold some, but I think people just like the single serving.
the pop or just to
It's more convenient, and this is another thing that everyone that wanted jars, I said this was that you eat half a jar of peanut butter, and you're
Right.
like damn, why
Yeah.
do that or something? And I knew that was gonna happen because this stuff tastes better than
No
all the
doubt.
other, peanut butter.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to portion control this, like one for myself, 'cause
Right.
this is what it started, was a snack for myself.
Right.
I was like, but I know everyone else is gonna have that same issue, and so yeah, a lot of people like that I would bring it up to who didn't want it were like, no, I like the poppers more because I would eat half a jar.
Right.
I was like, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. So I think I may come back with like some smaller jars. And maybe just do a couple of the more popular flavors.
right? Because right now the jar is what, 12 servings? It's 12 poppers, right?
Yes, 12 poppers. It's the serving size is a little bit small. I did 2 tablespoons.
Okay.
Just to keep it
Okay.
in track with other peanut butter.
Yeah.
So it comes with 16 servings.
Okay. I
In a
got
jar.
you. See, I would do like I do Nutella, just spoon, eat it.
Yeah.
I'm good. Like I don't need to get the whole thing. Like I kind of got that under control, but I like the jars. I buy everything his dude sell.
Yeah.
Ice cream, everything tastes good to me. Like I'm not picky, man. I just, like I told you earlier, I'm an animal.
Yeah.
Like you were like,
Yeah.
I brought you some flavors. I didn't bring this, and I was like, dude, it don't matter, man.
Yeah,
Just bring it all.
That's
I'll take it all.
Yeah, my freezer at home, I have just like the door of the freezer just has like random ones in it.
Oh, yeah.
Like before I leave, like I literally just grab.
Just grab.
a
You don't even know what
handful.
you're eating.
No idea what I'm grabbing. I'm just like eating them.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
It tastes
Just-
when
they all taste good.
When something
It's like,
tastes amazing like that, you don't have to really worry about the flavors. They're all
it
good.
doesn't matter.
Anything else about the future growth, future goals, like employee wise? Like what's
I think
what you
employees,
thinking?
soon to come. I'm like I love what I do, and I
Yeah.
love being busy all the time. And even hand making this stuff, everyone's like, you gotta get some help. You gotta get some help. And
Because eventually you'll be in the meetings, trying to get this
Yeah.
into stores and big deals. Somebody gotta be making it. You know what I'm saying?
So that day definitely, to come. But as long as I can, be in the meetings and be,
Right.
making it till midnight in the kitchen,
sure.
I'm gonna do that. But I think soon, especially once this ice cream business starts.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'll be having to make and package all that. I think there'll be employees. I think more stores. And
when you get so big, when you get so many orders, you can have like a designated delivery guy or something like that,
Yeah.
and like wrap the car and Charlie and Peanut Butter
Yeah.
Factory car or something like that. I don't know.
I've thought about that too. Yeah, definitely.
That'd be cool. Any other goals you have? Like 2019's coming up, brand new year. Is there anything on your mind going forward?
Man. Yeah, man, I haven't really thought about it.
Yeah, really, I put you on the spot.
Yeah, nothing specific. I think
Just keep on keeping on, getting bigger.
Yeah, just keep growing
learning.
every day. Yep.
Yep. I don't know. I think that thing about wraps it up. I mean, we got Rumble Night tomorrow. You said you were coming to do that.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Charlie has an awesome online store, and being that he's our sponsor, we use the PT Lafayette 10 code.
Yep.
If you want some peanut butter poppers, highly recommended. Use the promo code PT Lafayette 10 for 10% off.
Yep.
Right. Anything else, man?
Yeah. Actually, right now too, I'll mention since it's now till Christmas, every box of poppers you get like a gift card inside too.
Ooh.
So not only will you get to use PT Lafayette 10, you get 10% off, and then there's a complimentary gift card inside every box.
Can't beat it, guys.
Yeah.
You can't beat it.
Good online
Highly
promo.
recommend. If you never tried, just give it a try. Like, you can't beat you 10% off, and you get a gift card if you want to try it out. It's the holidays. Get it, man. But I think we'll wrap it up, man. It was good to have you filling in for Coach D. Hope everybody got to, learn a little bit about Charlie and the Peanut Butter Factory.
A shout out to Coach Damon on his honeymoon. Sorry you missed it, man. You could have got a free box of poppers, but
could have got a free
you
box.
had to be on your honeymoon instead.
But I did. Got a free box. So you can have those margaritas in Mexico, and I'll enjoy my poppers down in Lafayette, all right? But it was good to have you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Good to have you on. See you later, guys. Peace.
See you.